So is there any matchup or any like stage or anything you want help with in specific, or do you want me just to kind of like go my main and see what I can pick out and then maybe swap around characters?
Go by main. Like
Cool.
the second thing, because I main right now I'm thinking about doing Diddy Kong. I'm thinking about. I feel like I'm like comfortable with like combos and stuff. I feel like it's a little the neutral. It's definitely the neutral that messing me up a bit.
Yeah. Cool.
I think that's pretty much my main problem. But
Awesome. Okay, so I did send you the room ID and the password on Discord.
all right.
So yeah, we'll go to about 6:40, which is about an hour, and then I'll draw another name and see what happens.
Okay.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people have been asking here how often this is going to happen, and I'm thinking probably like every day. Hopefully every day. I'm trying to get through as many of these as possible. I'm gonna throw a little counter on this stream overlay, so we can keep track of how many I've done, and see how many we can get through in the next couple of months.
Cool.
Don't burn yourself out. Yeah, no, this is something that I enjoy doing. I actually really like coaching people. I like hearing how people think about the game, and like it also helps me improve too. And yeah, this is the very first one, so we'll see how it goes.
Okay. Is it okay if I just mute my mic just when I'm playing and stuff?
Yeah, go for it.
Alright, cool.
And then we can talk about stuff after.
Yeah.
Awesome. Sweet, man. Now you only have 7,999 hours left. You gotta start somewhere. 8,000 might be a little bit crazy, but gotta start somewhere.
3, 2, 1, go!
Thank you, Corsic, for the sub. I appreciate that a lot, man. Yeah, that's a little bit of Ken bullshit. You kind of have to like air dodge out of that, and if you don't air dodge, that F smash just like kills really early.
Gee. Well, that's the first. To be honest, that's the first time I've ever faced like, Ken who knows what they're doing. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Wow.
you definitely had like a decent grasp on the matchup itself, like just knowing that you can't really like run in towards him. Like you were doing a really good job of just like pacing me out and waiting and getting your like little bits and pieces like when you could, like the forward airs and the back airs, then the dash attacks.
Okay.
But yeah, just like it's just kind of like Ken's advantage state is really good. So if he gets like 2 or 3 openings, he can just kind of get you. Yeah, I'm not like catching on to like any like awful habits or anything yet. The only thing that like I'm really seeing is like your timing is kind of predictable. So the options that you're picking aren't predictable, but what you're doing is you're kind of like sitting back and like kind of like dashing back and forth, and then I can kind of tell when you're gonna do something, but I can't tell what you're gonna do. So I guess we'll see if that develops into anything in these next few games, but
Okay.
there's some times when you can just like tell, oh, he's gonna do something, so I can just shield here and then punish, even if I don't really know what you're gonna do.
Okay.
So we'll see what happens here.
I think what I think I get what you're trying to say. Like if I have a banana, for example, like if you're going to land, you're predicting that I'm going to like throw it at that time, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see.
Nice. Yeah, so that's that same setup. It feels bad to air dodge there, but you really have to, or else you just gonna die.
Right.
Oh, ouch! Thank you for the sub. I appreciate that a lot, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Alright, I probably shouldn't kill him. Oh, also, official Charles Styles, thank you for the Twitch Prime sub too. Watch your Ken and see how it improved. Yeah, I'm gonna put out some like Ken content at some point here in the next little while.
Sorry.
Yeah, no problem.
My parents called. I'm sorry. Alright.
Alright, cool. That was bad. I respect the attempt. That's a really hard thing to spike. The best way to try and spike that is to like try and spike it through the stage. One thing that I'm catching that is like kind of hurting you is you're trying to get away from me, which is good. Because you know, if Ken's really close to you, you're gonna have a bad time. But you're putting yourself in the corner a lot. So you're trying to get away, which is technically the right thing to do, but you're not pushing back ever. You're waiting till you get to the corner, and then you're making some like forward move. And when your back is to the wall, you kind of only have one direction to go, and that's forward. So once your back is to the wall, I can kind of just like pressure you and wait for you to do something, and then punish.
Right.
So I'd say part of your keep away game should be kind of like, if you're in center stage, try and push back, try and like keep that center stage a little bit more. The benefit of having center stage is that you have room to back up if things get like touchy, or you know. So what you want to do is just make sure that you're not only running away, and that you're also kind of like pushing back and taking the space that you're getting, because you're getting a good amount of hits and you're pushing me back, but then you're kind of just like giving me the space once I come out of my hit.
Alright, okay.
And if anything like doesn't make sense, or you need me to clarify anything, like don't be afraid to stop me. This is your time.
No, I think I'm getting what you're trying to say.
Cool.
I just need to try and do that.
Yeah, it's easy to comprehend, but hard to like apply immediately.
Right. Oh shoot.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, sometimes the anti-air shorty is really good. But yeah, like already that game, you're doing a lot better job of like not always putting yourself in the corner and kind of pushing back when you had like an advantage.
Okay.
It makes it a lot harder for me to try and predict what you're gonna do when sometimes you're moving forward, sometimes you're moving backwards. Like sometimes there you were doing like pushing forward with forward airs, and then other times you were dashing back and waiting for me to do something and then running in with a dash grab. So just remembering that even if like Ken is scary, to like not only move backwards is like really, really effective. And it was already working a lot better for you there. So that's really, really good. Also, actually going out for the edge guarding was really good too. Because that's one of the places where Ken is just like really weak. If he has to Tatsu out there, like hitting him is really important.
Right. I think when I hit you with that forward air, it almost should have gone with Bear. I didn't think about it at the time, but it's like, if I had more knockback, and I probably would have killed you.
Yeah, I think in that situation specifically. But just the fact that you were actually going for it is really important. Nice, that was really good mix up. Bless new barrels. Good punish. Yeah. So I wanted to try a matchup that was that would kind of force you to try and have to find a way in. Because with Ken, obviously, he has to find a way in. But with Ridley, it's like he's just gonna forward tilt over and over. So you were doing a good job of like adapting and trying to find ways in, like using that monkey flip, like just like the jump instant monkey flip to get over the forward tilts was really, really good. I I'd say probably if I'm giving you space and I'm trying to like force you to come in, using more banana is probably a good call.
Right.
Having banana with you is probably like one of the best ways you can approach. Just doing like banana
Right.
mix-ups. You did one where you did banana and then you just you monkey flipped, which is really
Right.
good. But I think for the most part I didn't see any like awful habits there. Besides what I was talking about before, like the timing habit. I didn't know what you were gonna do right there at the end.
Right.
I had no idea what you were gonna do, but I knew you were gonna try something, so I just F smash. And I think it would have covered like if you were gonna forward air, if you were just gonna dash grab or dash attack or whatever.
Okay.
So I think 2 parts of unpredictability are like choosing different options and then the timing. And a lot of people don't actually think about the timing that much. But it's just as important, if not more important, than the actual options that you choose.
Okay.
So it's something to keep in mind.
Gotcha.
3, 2, 1, go!
Nice, very good punish. Nice. Good mash. That was really good. Yeah, very good. That was a lot better already. Anytime that I was giving you space, you were just pulling banana, and then using banana to just like straight up win neutral. And then whenever you had me off stage, you were doing like a really good job of just using forward airs and stuff to cover ledge. That was like exactly what you should be doing in that matchup. That was really good. And you were mixing up your timing too. I could tell that you were thinking more about your timing and like when you were actually doing things, which is like fantastic.
Gotcha.
Oh, what was I gonna say? Oh, I had a point I was gonna make, but I don't remember it now. Yeah, no, I lost it. Oh, it felt like very like Zero-esque edge guarding. I don't know if you watched much of Zero's Diddy in Smash 4, but like
no, I definitely did.
yeah, and I could definitely tell like having banana on ledge like that and just using forward air to cover like all of those options. I was like exactly what you should be doing.
Okay, so now we're doing a character who can reflect, you know, Diddy's banana now.
Yeah, this one isn't so much of a different archetype as just a different character to see if I can pick something different out. Oh god, sorry, this is my bad.
No worries, no worries.
I don't think I've played online since Joker came out.
You good. Still, this has nice music.
Yeah,
nice music.
damn good music. I'm hoping Dragon Quest and Banjo have as good of music.
Okay.
Alright, do I have to remake the arena to change stages?
I mean, if you need to, you can definitely go ahead. I mean, I don't mind.
Oh yeah, I definitely have to remake the arena now. 1 second.
Hey, yeah, don't mind.
What's the coaching order? We're doing random selection for everybody who's in the stream. Man, I'm garbage at setting up arenas. I'm trying to figure out how to actually set this up. So I'll just create a new rule set. Alright,
So
I
how
think
long
that's it.
living the West Coast?
Pardon?
I was just wondering how long you've been living in the West Coast region.
It's been about 3 years. I moved here for school when I got out of high school. So I think it's been about 3 years.
Do you like it, or?
Yeah, it's gorgeous. I love it a lot, and the Smash scene's really good. So, nope, I didn't forget Kalos. I got it. Let me just take this off of the overlay real quick, just so people don't join. Then I'll send you it. Alright, cool. This a new person? No, this is still Tyson. And yeah, I covered the stage ID and stuff. Are we able to join? After each set of coaching, I'm gonna re-roll and somebody else will get an hour. Oh, hi Mom, how's it going? We'll see how this goes. Oh, Landon, thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. I appreciate that a lot. I'm wearing Landon's jersey right now. Oh my god, I knew I was forgetting something. Oh my god, I'm garbage. I won't take this out of your time. Did you realize this is basically...
in the end.
Yeah. I always forget items when I'm setting up rooms. Alright, we'll try this one more time.
It's all good. Don't worry.
Saw the party ball appear and I was like, huh.
I was like, oh.
I wish you could change rule sets in the arena. Nintendo Open. Yeah, I was thinking about practicing with items and a whole bunch of stuff like that for these Nintendo tournaments that are happening, but I can't bring myself to, especially not on Wi-Fi. Does the person you giving need to say something? Because I wanted to gain coaching, but my English is bad, and I usually use a translator with what I know to write in English. I'm gonna say, like, no, you don't need to say anything, but I think you'd get a lot more out of it if you did. If that makes sense. Like, if we bounce back and forth and we talk about things, I can give you more info than I would be able to otherwise if you don't. So I'm not gonna like restrict anybody from getting coaching, but I might not be able to give you quite as much as I'd be able to give other people, if that makes any sense. Final Smash meter? I think I have it off, don't I? Oh god, should I check? Pretty sure I have it off. Yeah, it's off. We're fine. Okay. It's terrifying me. I was like, am I gonna have to do this again? You showed the password? It's fine. There's 2 slots open in the arena, and he has the ID and the password, and you need both to get in. Alright. Yeah, or if there's somebody who can translate and you want to pull them into the Discord channel as well, you could do that. I don't know if you have someone who like actively translates for you or what. And yeah, I've played Falco for a while.
3, 2, 1, go!
a little bit goofy. But yeah, that one, I'd say just like... I don't know if it's because it's like what you're comfortable with, but a lot of the time, yet again, it's still just like putting yourself in the corner. So there you were going to try and pull banana, and there were a couple of times even where you were pulling banana and just like putting yourself off stage, and just like completely losing that stage control. So it's kind of like, it's hard to find a balance, but that's kind of what you want to try and do, is you want to find a balance of pushing forwards and taking stage control. And then when your opponent doesn't, or when your opponent is like expecting you to take stage control and like push forward, stepping back a bit to pull banana to give yourself a better chance of actually winning the neutral exchanges.
Okay.
That on top of, there were a couple of times where you were just kind of like getting hit by stuff. And I think it's just because you're not playing quite as reactively against Falco as you were against my other characters.
Okay.
So I'd say, Falco doesn't have like that good like horizontal speed, so you can kind of react to some of the stuff that he's doing if he's approaching. So try to like not commit to doing too much stuff when he's like in the air trying to come down with back airs and that kind of stuff. Because if you get hit by a back air, it's painful.
Gotcha.
Nice, that was really good.
I'm not gonna lie, these up tilts make me feel like I can't even punish it. Maybe I'm not knowing when to punish it, but it's like I just feel like I just can't punish it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to talk about after this game. They're really good, but because you can shield the first hit and then just parry the second hit, that's kind of what you have to do, or else he's just going to keep on using them.
Gotcha. It's like...
Or yeah, that works really well too, parrying the second one.
Yeah, dude. Oh my god. It just feels... Oh my gosh.
I was kind of curious about this matchup because I was like, Diddy kind of likes to jump around. He likes to monkey flip in. He likes to forward air, and like up tilt kind of scoops all of those ranges really well. So this is a matchup where you'd probably have to play more grounded and just do kind of like dash backs and forths and like more kind of like dash grabs. Because, yeah, both of those are a little bit rough. Yeah, I think the main thing is just punishing up tilt, which isn't so much a player habit as just a like a matchup thing.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, parrying it is like really, really important. Did he dash attack good now, by the way? Yeah, Diddy's dash attack is a lot better now too. That could be an option. Nice, good punish.
That's totally my bad. I should not have done it.
There you go. The timing on that is getting better.
Okay. I actually was gonna leave mad at myself if I actually got hit by that.
Nice, good wheat. Nice, very good patience. Yeah, that's awesome. Basically, like, you did a lot better at that matchup that time. Seems like you adapt really, really well to matchups, but the first time you play something, it's kind of like off the walls. Which makes sense. There's so many characters and so many different matchups in this game that, like, are really, really strange.
Yeah.
But I'd say as soon as you figure out kind of like your pacing for each matchup, you do really, really well. Like, the one game against Ken, you had trouble just because I was kind of like in your face the whole time. Then the one game against Ridley, you had trouble because like I wasn't in your face the whole time. But it seems like as soon as you're finding the paces for these matchups, like your neutral is really, really good. I'd say the one thing to work on is probably just like punish game. I think there are a lot of times where you could be getting a lot more and you're just getting like a 2-hit string and then kind of just like resetting to neutral, which is really good because you're not overextending ever, which is really important, like not to overextend. But sometimes you're not pushing it as far as you could to just get more of a punish. Also, Kuroneko Tatsuko, thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. Hope I didn't absolutely butcher that. Yeah, Wolf was a little bit stupid. I felt really bad hitting that dash attack on your shield and then just spot dodging to get the kill. It's, man, I don't know if that's just like a bad matchup for Diddy or what exactly it is. I think against Wolf you probably have to play a little bit more reactive. Because you were kind of like committing to things and I was just hitting you for it. So yeah, I'd say maybe just play a little bit more reactive against Wolf. because he's just gonna hit you with his like better hitboxes and stuff if you're trying to like commit to things before he, before you can see what he does. So try and like stay on the ground if he's coming at you with forward airs and stuff, and try and parry on reaction. I know that's something that's not at all easy to do, but I think it's probably the best option for against him. And then it'll also help you like not get hit by like the stray back airs and like that kind of stuff, which were how I was getting most of my kills on that last stock. Once you were playing a little bit more reactionary and just kind of like waiting a little bit more, it was very hard for me to hit you with kind of like stray stuff. So I had to go for like a little bit more read-based play.
I think it's just the fact that I'm just not playing. I haven't played enough of each like character, like say like Wolf, Ken,
Yeah.
A little bit more. I feel like I think I just played a little too much on Elite Smash, and I think that's just like messed up completely.
Yeah, and that's something that will take time, especially with how many characters there are in this game. But you're grasping all of these characters pretty well once you kind of get the timings. That was a bad jump. But yeah, when you're playing a lot more patient like that, it's so much harder. I think definitely where your like your biggest weakness is actually just like coming in on people. Because whenever you're trying that, that's when I'm kind of like boxing you out as Wolf and like all these other characters.
Okay.
But when you're able to kind of like sit back and hold neutral and stuff, you're super patient, which makes it a lot harder for me to actually like force you to come in. Because that's what I'm trying to do in these matchups. I feel like that's where Diddy is the weakest, so it might not even be your weakness. It might just be Diddy's, but you're mitigating it really, really well. How much time is left in session? There's 5 minutes left. So I'm gonna do one more with Ken, and then I'll give you some last tips, and then we'll draw another person.
All right, cool.
Choose your fighter.
Thank you again for the opportunity.
No problem. Like I said, I enjoy doing it, and I'm already enjoying it. I'm like having a lot of fun doing it too.
Ready?
Please don't lie that. Alright, this is fine.
2, 1, go!
Good roll. Yeah. Alright, so yeah, I'd say the biggest thing is just like either when you're overwhelmed or your opponent won't let you play the pace that you're wanting to play. That's when you're having the most trouble.
Alright.
So I'd say either work at forcing yourself to play at different paces so that you can kind of like work on that and work through that.
Gotcha.
Or actually probably that. The other option is just to like figure out new ways to like get back to the pace that you want. But I'd say for the most part, like just practicing playing in other paces other than your own like original pace, because you're a very patient player and that's really, really good to be able to play like that. But there are some points in time where people aren't gonna let you do that.
Gotcha.
But yeah, or do you have any last questions or anything before we hop off?
No, it makes sense. Yeah. I just gotta work on like, you know, working at playing at different pace or different tempo, and just making sure that I don't back myself into a corner.
Yeah.
But yeah, it all makes sense. All makes sense.
Awesome.
Awesome. Thank you again, man. Thank you.
No problem. You have a nice night.
You have a nice night too.